Warning, this podcast, website, and associated social media accounts are intended for audiences of legal drinking age. We do not advocate overconsumption or the abuse of alcohol. Never drink and drive, drink responsibly. And please remember to always take what we say with a grain of salt. After all, we are just some dudes with some brews.
We started out by crawling out from under the thumb of the man. The lovers of God with dad bods just trying to feed our fam. Go sit right there and grab a beer, you know just what to do. Throw it back, get hammered, and listen to dudes and brews. So have you guys ever been to a national park?
Yes.
I know me and you went to we hiked in that national park, but we didn't go to the actual, I don't know, the building where they have all the souvenirs and stuff.
Yeah, is that what you mean? Like, have we ever been to a souvenir shop at a national park?
I mean, that's what I would think. So, like here in Texas, you go to a state park and you have a check-in place, check-in point. That's what you're used to. That's what I see at all the national parks I've been to.
The one in Colorado we went to, though, I went to their souvenir shop.
Oh, okay,
with the
cool.
family.
Oh, cool.
It's
okay.
kind of like, whenever you take the road down all of the, what are they, Garden of the Gods?
Oh, okay.
Is that the national park?
No, the national park is where we hiked.
Okay, well,
but,
I don't know.
But still,
it's too broad.
So the only reason why I asked this is because me and Luke went to Hot Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Way different than any other national park I've ever been to in my life. It was so weird.
Well, me and you went to the LBJ National Grasslands.
Yes, but that's just grasslands. That's not an actual national
And then I do not have.
It's weird. It's like he's asking for something so specific.
I do not have a part in this conversation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Did you go to a souvenir shop though?
No.
He's asking.
No, they do not sell gummy
like,
bears, so I'm out.
No, because usually it's like an information center. You check in
or
for
specialty
campsites.
Beef jerky.
You pay in particular fees for getting in. They give you a map, tell you what you can do, the activities at the park. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah,
okay. Well,
I went to a low budget place. They didn't have that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, in Hot
qualify.
Springs, it's basically this one street. It's like Center Street or something. And they have all these things called bathhouses. Are you familiar with what a bathhouse is?
Are those still legal?
Well, I mean, they're not.
That's how the monkeypox got spread, dude.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's the new thing, monkeypox. Let's talk about that.
So it's not a... So they're not functioning bathhouses anymore. They've renovated them into new things. So I didn't know what a bathhouse was.
Hot Springs?
No.
It's
so
not
basically,
natural, huh?
the hot springs are natural, and you can go out and feel the warm water coming out of the spring. That was weird.
Yeah, that's
Felt
the
like a
Lord's
bathtub.
hot bath right there.
And what they would do, I guess, they would funnel the water into these bathhouses that people would make because they said that they had medicinal purposes in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a liver problem? Go take a bath in this water. You won't have a liver problem. That's why they.
Is it salt water though?
No, it's fresh.
It's fresh underground water.
Okay, because there are minerals. There is some truth behind minerals.
Yes.
But not like, healing your liver.
Well, no, but
just in general, minerals and vitamins.
But that's why they made these bathhouses.
Especially in a topical environment like a bathhouse. Like, you're not ingesting it or doing anything other than bathing in it. So I don't see what Epsom salts that would probably have the same effect. You know what I mean?
Well, people say that stuff heals too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Crystals.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why they made these bathhouses, were to coax people into coming in, and it's like they started their own business.
They're trying to bring the Italians in.
Yeah, they have to pay very little other than
like the
a little bit of
from
mining and stonework to provide a family's generation worth of income.
Right.
So they've renovated these into different things. Like one was the visitor center, one was like a museum, but one was actually a brewery.
Oh, nice.
And it was Superior Bathhouse. So I brought a beer from Superior Bathhouse.
Okay, cool.
If you guys want to open this up and pour it out,
Sure.
we'll share it.
All right, I'll pour it.
So I could not find this one on Untappd while I was there, but I tried it, and it's not what I expected at all.
Okay.
So it is it's a farmhouse ale, is the way it's listed on their website.
You want to just pass? Yeah.
Oh, pass
it
glasses.
down.
Boom, boom. That works. Thanks, Larry.
No problem.
For show.
But this one surprised me. When I drank it, I was really surprised at how good it was. And it's because when I think of a farmhouse ale, I think of like a saison, something lighter in color. I don't expect it to be dark. And this one was dark, so it threw me off. I wasn't mad at it by any means, but it threw me off a little bit. It's called the Dark Horse.
Ooh, I like that.
The underdog.
But for some reason, I couldn't find it on Untappd, so I don't know if they just don't have it on Untappd right now, but I couldn't find it.
It sounds like it's living up to its name because you were already counting it out, right? He
Yeah.
counted it out. As soon as he heard the name, Farmhouse, he counted it out, and then he's like, ooh, this is the Dark Horse.
Well, it's got bathhouse in it, so I expect a variety of flavors.
Right. But, I mean, I enjoyed it, so check it out here.
All right.
So what is a farmhouse beer? Educate us on this one first, Joe.
Farmhouse ale is... So when I think of them, I think of a saison. So you're going to get a little bit of a funkier, not like a sour, but some sort of funky yeast. And
Okay.
usually they're lighter in color.
This one's got a funky smell.
That's exactly what I want in a beer, is a funky taste.
I mean...
Let's give it a go.
So, like, if I just look here, they're going to tell me what a farmhouse ale is here. Farmhouse ale
Okay.
is not a single style of beer. It's
Oh, that's
actually a
not bad.
broader category of styles.
That's not bad at all.
See, saison's listed on
Yeah.
here.
That's much lighter
Oh,
than
here it
what
is.
its appearance.
A bit of a funky flavor. Kind of like wet hay or earth.
It will also be tart. So only thing we know about it is the word funk.
Yeah, it's a little funky.
So it could be any kind of beer, but is it funky? And if so, then that's the.
And then it's a farmhouse ale.
It's got a funky smell. It smells like a wet dog. I'm
it's-
not joking.
God, it's good.
You like the
it's
smell of
good.
it though?
It's good.
He just likes the taste.
Have you smelled it, Joe?
I mean, let me
Smell it, man.
Let me get a little whiff.
It's different, man.
I did a little
The taste
sip.
is good.
I
but-
did a little early sippy sip.
I feel like
and
I'm getting it's giving me like I got like a Belgian yeast vibe.
It's giving me a 2-month-old open fruit roll-up smell.
Yes.
Well, they described it as giving a caramel, like a caramel apple. Is the way they described
so
the
you know
flavor.
that's that fruit roll up. After a while, it doesn't matter what flavor it is. It
I mean,
turns
come
into
on,
caramel
man.
apple.
caramel apple.
It-
So go ahead and taste this one, Larry.
I tasted it. It's pretty good.
yeah, I like it.
Tell me
I'm
the
not-
color
It's so
doesn't
different,
throw
though,
you
man.
off.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
gonna lie. Yeah, I thought I was about to get in some hot and heavy right here, and it's kind of refreshing.
It's not bad.
The
So
taste-
you see why it kind of threw you off?
The taste is good. The smell, I still can't get behind. I'm not joking. It smells like a wet dog to me.
See, I smell just Belgian yeast.
God, the only thing I can really just surrounds my head is that caramelized taste.
Yeah.
That caramelized.
Get a little apple funk into it.
Yeah, maybe a little apple,
Man.
but
So I think it's a great beer.
You went on a school field trip 2 months ago. You took a packed lunch. You forgot you left your fruit roll up in there. And then this is it.
This is it.
This is it.
Just throw them in, man. Traditional Dudes and Brews fashion, we have to rank it. I'm probably going to give it higher than both of you guys. I think it's a great beer. I'm going to give it a 4.25. Larry's face says not even close.
I'm thinking not close, man. For me, this one's going to be a 2.
A 2. So you're saying it's not any good? That you don't like it?
I wouldn't buy another one. I would drink this one, and I mean, it's not like it's undrinkable. It's good,
Okay.
but I wouldn't buy another one.
Okay.
Are we going in odd or even increments?
It's usually scale of 1 to 5, quarter increments.
Yeah, we usually do quarter increments. It's easier to split the diff.
In all honesty, I'm gonna go 2 1/4.
Okay.
I'm
I'm gonna go 2 1/4. It is drinkable. After the first glass, I would
You're
definitely
done.
be looking in another direction.
Add another beer. Okay.
Yeah. I'd
Okay.
be looking in someone else's lunchbox,
Yeah.
see if there's a new fruit roll.
So I got
Yeah.
something a little bit funkier, different. I did have an IPL there that was awesome. An
Okay.
Indian Pale Lager. That was great.
Oh, really?
Light, crispy, refreshing, but pungent with the hoppiness.
Do you have any?
Mix it up a little bit here.
When you said you were on Untappd, did it have any details about the beer, like any kind of description of this particular one?
No, I couldn't find this in particular one on there.
This is different, man.
It's unique in its own way.
Yeah, I couldn't find this one specifically on there, and I'm looking on their website. I'm not seeing it here either. It may have been something that they did in a small batch and just had it at the brewery. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I got this strange gut feeling that it should be a small batch.
Really?
Also, when did you buy this?
Yeah, maybe
yesterday.
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 Okay, because I was thinking maybe it just isn't as fresh as it.
No, I bought it
that-
yesterday,
that's
so I was like,
good
hey,
then.
if we're going to do it, we need to do it now.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
fine.
why I messaged you yesterday to see if you were available today.
Like, we got to pull the trigger.
I was at the brewery whenever I messaged you, so I was like, if he says no, I'm not buying beer here. Because
Okay.
they only sold it in growlers. They didn't sell
So
in
you had to buy
cans.
the growler too?
Yeah.
Well, you definitely lost some CO2 and stuff in the growler.
Yeah,
so
a little
it may
bit.
not be as in fruition as it should be from the tap.
It's as fresh as I can make it.
Nobody here's complaining.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
no, I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
So while we were there, though, we
You know what it would be good with? A dessert.
I was thinking
Like-
a cheese plate.
Okay. So, like a specific entree
Okay.
or something like that, or cheese or something like that, or
Yeah.
I could see it going good with a not so super sweet dessert. It'd
Maybe
pair-
cheesecake, and we can get the best of both worlds.
Hey,
Some cheesecake.
you're doing
But I
us
was
wrong
thinking-
here, Joe.
I was
Where's
thinking
the
meat and
cheesecake?
cheese. Yeah. He's
we'll
done
make
it
sure to
before,
get that
dude.
next
He's
time.
came out with like pairings of beer with like desserts. I'm not even joking. And he like went all out and like had Tupperware, and we're like, oh, what is this? And next thing you know, we're eating like 5 different desserts with different beers.
I mean,
So Joe's done it big.
Joe.
If I do desserts, they're homemade desserts. I'm gonna make them myself.
Of course.
And they're gonna pair with the beer as much as I possibly can do. So I tried to mimic the flavor with that
Yeah,
experiment.
I was trying to boost him up and tell him he needs to make it like a date package that he sells, where you come over to his house, he pairs his homemade desserts with some beers, maybe even meet somebody out at the lake and be like, hey, I'll set you up a picnic table.
Hey,
I'll just stand over in the corner until I'm ready to come over and get a beer out of the cooler.
Can you guys pull your yacht over here and do some of my beer and cheese sampling?
Get out of here. So I was able to find it here in my. They call it the Dark Horse Farmhouse Ale, coming at 6.5% ABV. Light-bodied hints of chocolate, caramel, and apple with a bit of barnyard funk.
Barnyard
That's the way they describe it.
That's a great alcohol percentage, and
Yeah.
I honestly, to be honest with you, I'm hesitant to give my full appreciation over this until I have it from tap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it might be a little bit more crispy.
Oh,
on
I
the
felt like
back
the
end.
apple came through a little bit more when I was there, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So I get it.
it's
gotta
kind of
be
like
better.
it's kind of like getting a 903 beer out of the tap and then bringing it home in the can.
Yeah.
And it's just that little bit off.
Yeah.
They're
that's
always
what I'm
better
saying.
on tap.
Yeah.
Always.
Tap. Always tap.
Yeah. So while I was there, we did 2 things that I want to tell you guys about.
All right.
They had this thing at the end of one of their big trails is Mountain Tower. You could drive to it or you could walk through a trail. Me and Luke hiked it, get to this tower, and then basically have a gift shop at the bottom, and then you can ride it up to the top. We're like, yeah, let's go to the top. They said, make sure to hit both floors. We're like, sweet, there's 2 floors, whatever. Hit it, and we're going, and then we turn around, and it's a glass elevator.
Oh, cool.
And we go
Oh, man.
216 feet in the air. and
216?
I am holding on to the rails on the side.
No.
No joke.
Did you get a little vertigo?
I end up like kneeling down. I'm freaking out. And about that time I'm kneeling down and freaking out, the elevator doors open. Everybody looks at me real weird. I get up and walk off like nothing happened.
Man.
Like,
so you had
it-
no idea that it was going to go that high, or that
I
it was
didn't know that it was glass. I didn't have a problem with it going that high. Cool. I'll go to the top. I'll look.
As long as I don't know I'm about to die, it's okay.
Right.
If
No,
you
'cause
put
when
a clear glass in front of me.
No,
it's a big
man,
deal.
I
because
couldn't get
when
behind
you
that.
get up top, it's like almost like a small museum with like it's all glassed in and everything, so you can look out. But then they have like little things that tell you about the city, little telescopes and you can
It's
pay
like
to
a
look
fire
through it.
watchtower.
Yeah, kinda. But it's getting up there. You go through. It's a glass elevator, so one side is just pure glass, and that's what freaked me out.
So if
Like-
you would have turned 180 degrees to the unclear side, I think you would have been okay.
If I would have just kept facing the door, I'd have been fine. But I didn't. I turned around and almost shit myself.
It only
So
takes one
only
step,
behind
Joe.
you was clear? Was glass? The
Yeah.
floor wasn't glass?
No, the floor wasn't
Oh,
glass.
I was thinking you were in a glass box.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why I
no.
was
Me
like,
too.
no way, bro.
No, the back of it was glass, and I could see everything. And we started getting up higher. And I'm like, when is this thing going to stop? And 216 feet later.
Oh,
That's
kind of
so
cool,
high,
though.
though.
That's kinda
Yeah,
cool.
it was.
It is cool.
I mean, it was cool once you got up there, but it was terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Luke were both like, "All right, dude, are you done? Are you ready to go back down?" Yeah, I'm not turning around this time. I go, "I get it, dude. Let's not."
All right.
So I was surprised that later on he was willing to go ziplining. We did that, and it was awesome. It was the first time I'd ever done that. Have
I was
you
about
guys
that.
been ziplining?
So once you got to the top, that was your next event?
No.
Of
When
that-
we got
of that
done with
tower?
that, yeah, no, that was it with the tower.
Oh, okay.
We got done. We went and grabbed something to eat, and then we went into another place and went ziplining.
Okay.
And that was nothing as far as heights go.
Yeah.
That was fun. I had a blast. It was my first time ever doing it. But have you guys ever done ziplining?
Negative.
No?
I've ziplined, but not like I got to know what kind of ziplining it was. Was it like in the mountains where you like zipline down mountains? And it's,
No,
like,
not
really
necessarily in the
big?
mountains. Just like in, I mean, I wouldn't even call them canyons. The highest one I think was like 45 feet.
Okay, you were 45 feet off the ground though
Yeah.
when you were ziplining. Okay, that's pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
So
it
I've
was
never
good.
done that.
The fastest one they said, I think they said it was between number 4 and number 10. He said they clocked somebody going like 35 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
That's
Which,
fast.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
great. It's not near as fast as a roller coaster. Didn't get any of those like bubble gut feeling you get in a roller coaster. It was great. Luke was a little nervous on the first one. Honestly, we both were. But they kind of ramp you up.
Of course,
So-
it wasn't instant acceleration and stuff, but the main thing I have to ask you next is how was the finish? Did you like slam against the tree like you see in YouTube videos, or
Well-
like how was the ending?
So the idea, they coach you on it. If you're coming in straight on, then you kind of like step it to a stop.
Yeah.
If you're coming in like backwards or sideways, you kind of like put your feet down. And you kind of just drag it to a stop.
Yeah.
There was a couple of them that have, because they all have like a stopper of some kind.
Yeah.
Usually it's like a rope of some kind that's tied up. One of them had like a big brick, like plank, like wood plank, that if you're going pretty fast, like you slam into it and you're like, it stops you pretty rough. But most of the time, like there's a, this sounds weird. There's a guy at the front that like helps you get on, buckles you in, and then there's a lady, or in this case, there was another person.
Your
on the end.
liaison.
Yeah, that catches you basically.
Yeah.
Why does that sound weird? Because
Because I almost said pitcher and catcher,
oh,
and that sounds
okay.
weird. The
No.
pitcher at the front and the catcher at the bottom. I
I
don't
can
know.
see where your mind's going, Joe. All
So,
right.
Right.
so yeah, she would tell you, "Hey, point your toes," or "Hey, get ready to run up," or whatever, to try to coax you into not like biting face. So, where did you do it at?
I did like this ropes course. I did it not even that long ago. I think I
And
told you about it in Dallas.
and they weren't that tall.
Nah. The very last obstacle that you do after you do the 3 ropes courses is you free jump. You just free walk off this ledge, and that ledge is 25 feet.
Oh, okay.
So that's not that high. And then there was a second one if you were going to do like the most advanced one, and it's a free fall at 45 feet.
Huh.
But that one, they let your rope, like the 25 feet one, as soon as you step off, it catches you and it slows you down. The 45-foot one lets you fall a little bit before it slows you down.
Oh, yeah.
So it really gives you that sense of death.
Right.
But those zip lines were like one tree to another, not high. Not high up
Oh,
at
I got
all.
you. Okay.
Like 25 feet high.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But it was like
cool.
a lot of them though. Like we do ropes course and then zip line to the other tree and then
Oh,
ropes,
cool.
do crazy stuff.
You just
zip line
stay
around.
hooked up to your harness the whole
Yeah,
time
yeah.
and
Like you
just
have
walked?
like they have a way to where you can only unhook from one side at a time,
Yeah.
so you're always hooked up on something. And
That-
we didn't get a pitcher or a catcher.
That-
It was every man for himself.
That was pretty much what he's explaining was a portion of like my mountain warfare course in Virginia. It was a lot of you just stayed hooked up to you didn't take off your harness the whole day. You know, you had somebody come up to you and instruct you how to put your harness on, and They tell you on belay, off belay, all this sort of stuff. And we did a lot of like 100 foot, 115 foot rappels and stuff down. But
Oh, see, that sounds crazy right there.
Other than what I told you of rappelling out a Black Hawk, I haven't done any zip line.
Yeah, but you're rappelling out of something, so you're basically free falling like.
No, you're
with
not
like a
free
rope.
falling.
I mean, you're holding onto a rope, right?
No, you're not holding onto a rope. You're guiding your descent through tension from basically holding a rope on in between directly in between your ass cheeks and the backside of your butt.
Okay.
You're just holding on. It had multiple.
The way he's describing.
It had multiple metal
clench your butt.
guides that, if you were to hold on to the rope up, it would let you fall. If you put the rope down, it would stop you. And so it wasn't free fall in any sense of the way. You were in complete control of your descent, but I saw so many people freeze up and not be able to let themselves down, and they'd fall over head first, and all this sort of stuff.
I'm like,
and,
no way.
And the main thing when you're dealing with ropes or anything like that is you got to realize that you should be a body in motion, not a stagnant body. And once you get stagnant or you have to stop, problems start. And so you always want to keep your feet moving. You want to keep, tension on your line right, and you want to get down as soon as possible.
Okay.
You don't want to spend any time more than what you have to on the rope.
Duly noted. Clench the cheeks and
clench the cheeks. Don't have any dairy the day before.
Yeah.
So those ropes course looks exactly like what I did. The one I did was called that's Plano. The one I did was Trinity.
Oh, Trinity?
It's Trinity something. Yeah, Trinity. But it looks just like that.
Oh, okay.
I mean.
The only thing I see different
cool.
in these pictures is there's like safety ropes to keep you from dying.
Oh,
I didn't have anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like
That's why I said.
This is
it's just rock
casual
face.
people. I mean, you get your
That looks cool.
10-year-old out there.
That looks cool.
Yeah, all of these are pretty cool. But you're always hooked up to a safety line.
Right.
Yeah, but what they're wearing is, except it looks like it goes over their shoulders and stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. It was just a waist harness.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ours went over the shoulder as well.
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
we didn't have any of the over the shoulder stuff, but that's pretty cool. I that looks like a lot of fun, man.
Dude, you should look into it. It's pretty fun.
I've also heard of companies putting together weekend
Team building?
team building things and doing these things, and I've always been interested in doing something like that. I think that how crazy would it be to be in like an administrative environment, only dealing with people in hallways and this and that, and dealing, hey, have you done this report, or are you done with this and stuff? And then the next week you're getting thrown out into the wilderness doing,
Right.
walking on hoops like this gentleman right here and stuff. And I think, man, that'd be so crazy to come back to work the next week and be like, you still want to do paperwork? Like, do you realize what we're almost Army Rangers here? Like,
Right.
come on.
Right. Yeah, so it's a fun experience. You need, just like Larry said, you need to check it
You
out.
should check
Yeah,
it
it
out,
looks
dude.
awesome.
Yeah.
We did it a long time ago for Charity's birthday, and then we just did it for our anniversary.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Like
sweet.
literally in April.
And where'd y'all go?
The Trinity in Dallas. Look at the Trinity one. We've done the same one twice now. Trinity Forest.
Let me
It's
look.
not Trinidad. Right there. Yep. And you're looking at images.
Like the
But yeah, this is it.
like
This
the Trinity
is really
River.
it. It's like a Trinity
Nice.
Forest, yeah. But I mean, we still haven't done the most advanced one, the one that's super high, and because you just get so tired after you kind of work your way
Oh,
up.
yeah.
They won't let you do the most advanced one until you do the 25-foot drop, because too many people chicken out and they have to go rescue you, and they're like, you got to show us that you're worthy of the
Oh,
other
look
one.
at that! Look at that picture.
Yeah, that's it.
So
that's
by
the
the-
stuff that I dealt with in basic training right there.
So that highest
Right
level
there.
is where they free fall from. Not that exact spot, but that high.
That's exactly kind of what Fort Benning, when I went
That's
to
cool.
basic training.
Yeah.
That's the type of stuff they have. But they and exactly what he's saying. And I was telling you earlier, a lot of the dudes would just freeze up.
Right.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. They'd get to the top or they'd get halfway up and they would just lock on.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't move. You'd have to go up there and talk them down. Matter of fact, I've seen people on belay kind of punched in the face to get them off because they wouldn't let go. Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Of course, it's a little different situation when
I don't think they're doing that.
Your name is completely accounted with the Army, and
not even close.
But
at Trinity, they get you down without punching you in the face. It's something
It's
they
a
take pride
different story.
in. Yeah. Something they take pride in.
So let's move on to can you get behind that? All right. So there's a couple things I wanted to show you guys. So can you get behind mayo mousse?
no.
Ooh, it's
What is that?
delicate and light. I've never seen it. Oh man, it's mayonnaise. Oh, why are you putting fries in mayonnaise anyways?
That's
Is that a
that's like
hair
a northern
product?
thing, isn't it?
No, is that
No, not the mousse you put in your hair. Different kind. This is it's mayonnaise, but it's like mousse style, so it's like it comes out all light and airy.
Well, have you ever heard that if you is it skunk or is it head lice? One of the two. I think it's head
Oh
lice.
no,
Head
it's
lice.
head lice.
You get head lice.
Yep.
Look, this
That
is
would
for
be
head lice. This is
perfect,
that
dude.
mousse.
Because
It's
it's
the
more-
vinegar that suffocates them.
Yeah. Get yourself some mousse. Mousse up your kids' hair if they get the lice.
I don't know what I would use this for in life other than lice.
Yeah, other than I'm that way too.
So, do you guys like put like mayonnaise on like a burger or like a ham sandwich?
I will
or
tell you
something?
the only thing I put mayo on, and that is a hardcore, just like, was it yesterday? Day before, a hardcore morning breakfast toasted sandwich with heavy pepper and salt with bacon and like 3
Yeah.
medium eggs on it.
Dang,
man.
you doing it
man.
big.
Dude, I'll put 4 or 5 slices of bacon, mayo.
3 fried eggs. That's
Yeah.
that's a massive
That's a
sandwich.
man sandwich.
You gotta
out
put
there,
some
dog.
mayonnaise.
And
on
every
that.
time you take a bite, you better have a napkin nearby because, like,
The
they're
yolks.
they're like, over easy, and so like you're just like, what you don't finish with your sandwich, you're soaking it up.
So what you do is you put this mousse on a slice of toast. You're good to go.
I mean, I can get behind mayonnaise on a breakfast sandwich, but usually not if it's going to have the yolk because the yolk provides the liquid that you need.
Yeah, you don't need a sauce on it.
Yeah, you don't need
Yeah.
a sauce, exactly. And that's the way I am on burgers. If it's a dry burger, I need a little bit of mayonnaise, like Whataburger.
Ooh, so you do
However,
mayonnaise
if you get
on a burger?
If you get a real burger, though, where they put like some good sauteed mushrooms that are juicy or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You get some
Yeah.
good stuff on there, you don't need a sauce.
Okay, so hold
Now,
on.
Hold on.
Hold on. So you say your preferred sauce on a burger is mayo?
Over mustard, 100%.
No, mustard goes on a burger.
Bro, mustard doesn't
Mustard
go on anything.
goes
Mustard goes
on
on
a
a
burger.
hot dog.
Mustard goes on a burger, a ham sandwich. Man,
Oh.
Bro,
mayo can go in the garbage.
What I'm wondering now is,
Mayo's only good for mixing for other kinds of sauces.
is it lighter, like a lighter consistency?
Yeah, it's
It says
more
it's
delicate.
delicate.
Or is it? But watch him dip that fry.
That looks
He's
like
having trouble.
Yeah, that looks like regular mayonnaise.
He's having trouble dipping that fry, and so like, what's the benefit of it other than like instant,
Laziness?
Yeah, laziness. It's instant, deposit on top of your food.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Or if you like, one of those people that like to suck the CO2 out of it, but you're trying to
Alright,
watch.
so if I want to go into Mario Land,
Yeah, you don't want the sweets. You want that savory mayonnaise
oh
taste.
yeah, I've been there. I had an ex-girlfriend that she loved them whippets.
Oh man.
Easier
What
to
did it
mix
say,
in.
mix it with some tuna. Mayonnaise and tuna does make sense.
Yeah, I
Like a
put
tuna
mayonnaise
sandwich?
and tuna
Yeah.
for a two sandwich.
Yeah, a little
Or like
relish.
egg salad. or
So
something?
I would say, can I get behind this? If someone's giving it to me, I'll use it. But if I'm at the store, I'm not gonna.
I'm not
just
going to
buy
spend an
the
extra
regular.
$3 to get it
Yeah.
spewed out of a spout.
No, that's pathetic. Get a regular mayonnaise. You don't
Next.
use it that often.
Next.
Boo.
All right, so no, you cannot get behind that. So it's
Boo.
it's no, not about that life. Okay, so can you get behind this? Okay, so as a kid, I mean, you guys have kids. The tooth is loose.
Yeah.
How do you pull
Door
the tooth?
jam.
You tie a string to the door.
Door jam.
The door's the best trick.
Let them stand 3-4 inches outside of the apex of the swing of the door. Let
4
'em ha-
inches. You're like this close to it. Like up.
outside of the apex.
I got you. Go ahead.
Outside of the
And you
apex,
pull
and,
it.
and you just slam it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
They don't feel a thing.
This gentleman here slap shots his brother's tooth out of his mouth.
Slap shot.
Okay.
Oh,
Hockey
okay. Yeah,
slap
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
No-
This is a good technique.
Yeah, there's no problem with that.
Creative. See, this is why you gotta have boys, man. They're willing to do this stuff.
Look how excited he is.
Boom.
He don't
Yeah.
even know what happened.
He was like, "Whoa, is it gone?"
Yeah, it's so quick that it just doesn't matter
Boom.
when you do a slap shot like that.
So can you get behind a slap shot?
So no, I could totally get behind a slap shot, dude. This is amazing.
I'm surprised that you wouldn't tie a string to an arrow.
No, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
300 feet per second, dude. Way faster than
Yeah.
that puck.
Yeah, you'll get it out.
Way faster than that puck. You know what, Joe? I think you just started a family tradition.
Dude, yes.
I'm about to start shooting teeth out of my kid's mouth with my arrow. And I'm going to aim at a target and see how close I get to the bullseye.
Dude, you can cut out the tooth fairy, aim at a pillow, and have money in the pillow. So you shoot the arrow into the pillow. Tell
Yeah,
the kid,
go look what you got.
Go get your money.
Go look what
your
you
dad's
got.
a tooth fairy. You can come up with a whole new thing where it's like the arrow.
Dude, I saw a little joke the other day. I saw a little
The arrow
joke.
does something with the
I
money.
saw
Yeah,
like
it's
a
magic.
like a newspaper cartoon joke the other day, and it's like this little kid in his bed, and he's got some loose teeth and stuff, and the tooth fairy comes, and he gets it, or she gets it, and gives him money and whatnot, and the little boy asks, "What do you do with all those teeth that you collect?" And then the next picture in the cartoon is like investigative police looking at like a dead child's body and is all bitten up by teeth, and like the next picture over is like a tooth fairy with like 1 million teeth in her mouth, and she's like, "This is what I do with your teeth."
Oh,
And I'm like, "Oh my
jeez.
gosh, I'm
That
never telling the
That went
tooth fairy."
dark.
that sounds like the plot of a B movie.
Yeah, that
or
went
straight
dark.
to Netflix movie right there.
Tooth fairy.
Yeah, see, having girls, they never let me touch their teeth. They're so paranoid. No, no, no. But Ollie actually just lost a tooth last week, and the
Yeah.
way she lost it was Parker straight kicked her in the face.
There you go.
You start getting them rowdy and roughhousing, and she was like so stoked because she wants a tooth because she wants money.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Look, Ollie kicked it out, or Parker kicked it out of my mouth."
Yeah, that's funny because that happened to a Luke. Him and his cousin were wrestling, and Luke got body slammed and knocked it out.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's crazy.
So there you go.
My biggest thing, in all honesty, when I was growing up, is I had a grandfather, and he would always give me a frozen Rolo, like a
Oh,
little
dang.
caramel
Oh,
and
yeah.
chocolate thing, and he's like, "Put that in the mouth, bite your tooth, and just bite down and pull up." And every time, and that
Oh,
tooth
yeah,
would just
dude.
whoop, go right up with it, that
Really?
Rolo, and he'd pick out that tooth out of the Rolo and be like, "Keep chewing." And I just eat the Rolo. I wouldn't even know what happened. I'll be like, "I just got a treat," and
Yeah.
the tooth's out.
Right, there you go.
Lucky you didn't lose 2 more from that. Like,
Yeah, right.
permanent
I was gonna
ones.
say.
Right.
Frozen.
So definitely can get behind slapshot and
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean,
man.
if you're coming
So
up with a new
finding the
idea,
creative ways,
any
yeah.
creative way to get the tooth out is awesome with me.
Yeah. So with that being said, what's your new creative way to get the kids' teeth out?
I'd have to think about that.
I already got mine.
I mean,
from
it depends
Joe.
on what
Yeah,
you're
he's got the
you're,
arrow.
you're into. You're into arrows. I mean, if you're into like racing cars or something, tie it to a car.
Mm-hmm.
Just depends on what you're into.
Tie
So-
it to a car. Basically, you just tie it to something that moves.
Right.
It moves in a very fast direction
Right.
at one point in
Right.
time,
Right.
because you get that instant, like, you don't even know what happened feeling. You're just like, "Oh, it's done. Okay, cool."
Yeah.
Instead of that worrying about like, is Uncle Joe gonna come over here with a needle nose pliers? Oh my gosh.
Right. Right. Yeah.
All right,
that
I got an
seems-
idea.
That seems
So,
rough.
so you guys know the Jackass skit where they had the dollar on a fishing pole line?
Yeah.
And then what did the people, you reel it a little bit, they chase after it. What do they do when they finally get it? They step on it and they yank it. So you tie it to your kid's mouth, you hide them around the building, you throw the line out there, you fish somebody in, you make a stranger pull your kid's tooth out.
No, it's not on you, bro.
It's not on you.
you.
Yeah, I mean,
If they
you're-
cry, it's, hey, I'm
That
sorry.
guy did
that
it.
guy right there.
I just set you around the building. That's all I did.
Oh, I
That's funny.
was hearing you go something
That's
totally
funny.
different with that. Like you tie a fishing line to it, and it's like you got a big bass, and you're just yanking real hard to set the hook, and you're yanking your kid's tooth out. That's where I thought you were going with it. But So we're going to move into some, believe it or not. So apparently, this story here, basically what happens is this guy gets caught in some landing gear. He gets the airplane comes in, and it's like a commercial airplane, finds out that there was a guy that was like hitching a ride from wherever they were coming from, and hitches a ride on the bottom of this landing gear.
Yeah.
This sounds like all them Afghanistans that piled up on the plane when they were taking off and just fell to their death.
Yeah, something similar.
A
You
tale
can see
as
this
old
guy
as time.
here, but they find him in the landing gear. Like he was like chilling up here in the landing gear. So if you look at this here though, so like how would he have survived?
I don't know how
How
they
did he survive
survived with
this?
no air. Like, I feel like there's no air up there.
Because if you look here,
The bottom
This is
of
where he was
fuselage
chilling.
is not airtight.
I don't know anything
so
about airplanes.
you actually could breathe in that?
Not at a certain altitude, but you can see when they open the
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 landing
wheel
gear.
doors, you can see that everything inside is hard stainless steel lines. You know, like everything is super compact, everything is super high pressure, and so they made things as tight as possible for the wheels to fold up.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? If there was an extra 6 inches in there for this little dude to survive, God be it.
But it says he was in there about 2 hours and 30 minutes.
I don't see how he did it,
Yeah,
man.
that's a
It
Mexico
doesn't make any
flight.
sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either. Either I just don't understand how it's physically possible. Because
I don't
feel
understand
like
how
you'd
you-
lose consciousness.
It's not even that. It
Not
goes.
even breathe.
So I don't know anything about planes, obviously, but like I would
We were
assume
just
that
talking about
they
altitude,
make
weren't
these-
we?
Well, yeah, but it's not just altitude. Like I think of like just the mechanism itself.
Yeah, that's what he's talking
That
about, the room in
putting putting room in there. I would figure that they would only make enough room for the wheels. Like I wouldn't figure they'd make extra room for no reason.
That's called engineering. And,
That's why I'm like. That's why it makes no sense to me how he would even
you
fit
got a
up there.
tube
One.
flying through the air at 600 miles an hour. You want to make it as small and sleek as possible. You don't leave a lot of room, but you will notice by the video that this gentleman is very skinny, very short, very short.
You will notice.
In fact, he's
So
shorter.
it has to do with his stature.
He is shorter than the short guy right next to him in glasses,
Yeah.
and so he.
He's a tiny
But he
man.
doesn't look like he's in all that good a shape, to be honest with you.
Oh no,
he looks
I'm sure
like
he
he's
was
been
in
through
pain.
hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had to have been an awful experience. I want to say it happened, that it's real, but
Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
is that, and this is a believe it or not, right? We're just
Yeah,
saying, do
so
we think
I
this is
look
real
at
or
it and I
fake?
go, I can imagine that he came to the United States in a weird way. It doesn't make any sense to me how he got caught up in
This
there.
is a tale as old as time. The old get into the wheel well of an airplane.
All right, so got another one here for you. Believe it or not, so in Los Angeles,
Oh, wait,
an
no
American
politics,
woman
sorry.
who never been to New Zealand before, she woke up from a coma. She was in a coma for 2 weeks. Woke up from a 2-week coma.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking with a New Zealand accent.
Yeah, I've heard of stuff like this. This just really happens.
There's no way.
It does, man. It's weird. It's like your brain gets rewired.
Like just waking up from a coma, you're all of a sudden a new person.
Your brain is wild, man. Now, if she had never heard of a New Zealand accent before, I wouldn't believe it. But it's like her brain had that idea trapped somewhere in there, and I've heard of this stuff happening.
Really?
Was she married?
Are you thinking she's
it
trying to
is-
get out of her marriage?
Well, I was about to say that'd be pretty hot if you're like the husband and like, well, that's a nice new accent. You
Oh, yeah. Got to
Like,
do
all right,
live.
let's do this.
No, I don't know about that, but
As
I
it
don't.
would-
It doesn't say anything about her being
Now,
married.
I have a question. Is that a English native speaking country?
Yeah, New
Joe?
Zealand. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're English.
So
It's just
that would have totally been hot in my
they just
opinion.
talk like
They have
that.
they call it a Kiwi accent.
Yeah, kiwi, strawberry, whatever you want to call it. That'd been pretty
Strawberry.
cool.
I thought Kiwi meant that you were an Australian person who born in Australia but lives in New Zealand.
Oh, dude.
Possibly,
Let
I
me
just
tell
know
you
they say
something.
they're calling it a Kiwi
Knowing
accent.
an
here.
Australian, you never want to get the two mixed up. They hate
Exactly. That's why they came up with that term Kiwi to like call somebody who's like a traitor of their own kind.
Oh man, they hate
Oh,
it, dude.
really?
They do not like New Zealanders and Australians. Do not. Yeah, it's vice versa. It's crazy.
It's a while. So you know the history behind it, right?
Well, I mean, British rule and all that.
Yeah,
sort of
they shipped
colonies.
off. So they started New Zealand as a place to like ship off like people who were criminals.
Criminals, yeah.
It was
Oh,
almost
really?
like they're like this is where we're gonna put everybody in prison. We're gonna send them to this island.
Yeah,
So it was
like
an island. It was an island
colonial
of people
rule.
that started a whole culture that hated their homeland that shipped them off. So there's always been this war between it. So it's always like, oh, you're one of those people, and then they're like, oh, you're one of those people that shipped us off.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
World War III.
But they're
New
all
Zealand
really
versus
Australians.
Australia.
Really?
Big deal.
Well,
They don't have any guns, so there would be.
Yeah,
they would have
yeah.
boomerangs. It'd be like a boomerang war.
We're the last two. You know, Canadians are barely holding on to theirs,
Yeah.
and we're the only other ones left. So there's two countries left
big
in the
question
world.
here is that if this were to happen to you or say your spouse,
Yeah.
would you make them go to speech therapy to try to correct it?
No. Why would you do? Why does it matter?
Now, why would you even ask me that?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
because-
offended that you want to send her to speech
Are you
therapy.
a leftist?
No, it's because
Dude,
she
what's going
specifically
on?
says here that she went to rehab and her voice started to get better. She was working with speech pathologists.
Yeah, but you also just naturally start talking with like people around you.
Yeah.
So she'll naturally talk more.
I mean, I would agree
but what
with
does
that.
it matter?
Could care
I don't
less.
understand either.
Yeah, the only reason why I asked is because she ended up doing it.
Oh man, I guess the question should have been: would you pay for it if she wanted to do that? Not would you force her to go to speech therapy? Like,
No, I'm just like, would
woman,
that be
I don't
something
want
that you'd be
talking
okay
like
with?
them Kiwis here, go to speech therapy, like.
Wait, why did you all of a sudden get like real like country?
Because that's the only kind of people I can imagine that would send your woman to speech therapy because she's like talking with an accent.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm gonna have to run my fact checkers through this because I'm not
You're not buying it?
following.
You got
it.
like
I'm not following, bro.
skeptical hippo eyes here.
I need my CNN fact checkers to run this.
Oh yeah, they're the.
That's the
That's the
ultimate
only way we
authority.
know.
Ultimate authority, right there.
Yeah.
CNN.
We need the Ministry of Truth to come in. here.
Communist. Hey, thank God that got shut down.
Yeah, I know,
Thank
right.
God that got shut down.
Summer
Praise
went to
God.
speech therapy to try to correct it. So I say, hey, dude, if that kind of weird thing happens, run with it. You're right. If she's here long enough, it'll eventually change back.
I don't think it'll ever go fully
If
back,
not,
though.
Whatever.
Because even if you see people who
as long as
are
your
from-
memory's there, I could. care
Unless she
less.
gets kicked in the head by a horse, it'll go back. I promise.
It
An
might.
American
One day-
horse. It's
It
got to be an
might.
American horse though that
It
kicks her in the
might.
head. It's got to be an American
stallion.
horse that just knocks her right back into the red, white, and blue stars and
Just-
stripes.
fixes those two crossed wires.
Did she lose her memory though, or was it just the?
All this
accent?
in particular thing talks about is just the accent.
That's interesting.
We
Yeah.
need fact checks.
I might have actually heard of this individual story, and this is the example I'm thinking of because I know I've heard of this before.
Nurses came in like, "Hey, so where
I-
are you from?"
Guys,
From
I'm
Georgia.
I'm not trying to change subject or anything like that. I watched a thing the other day, which is straight up true because I did fact check it. Some chick in 1976 or 78 was on a plane with 298 people in the Amazon. The plane broke apart. Her seat kept her safe through a 2-mile descent into the Amazon.
Oh man.
She landed in swamps. She survived for 10 days. She found an abandoned boat and poured gasoline on her maggot wounds and stuff like that. She was found and survived, and they made a movie out of it.
I think I've seen the movie. What's the movie called?
Nuts. I don't know. But we
I think
saw
I've
a
seen
thing
it.
about
It sounds familiar.
What?
Like they made a real motion picture.
Yeah,
based
it
on
was
the story.
real.
Yeah,
Like this chick was real. She fell 2 miles in her plane seat
it's insane.
into an Amazon basin in the Amazon and freaking survived,
crazy,
dude.
man. Have you seen that show that says "I Survived" or something like that? And it's all about people's experiences
it.
that they survived.
That's not it. I think it. Just say Amazon after. Just say
What was it in that show? "I Survived."
I don't know. No, we saw it on meme
Okay.
compilation or something like that on YouTube.
Oh yeah, but yeah, there's a show that's all based on those situations where people just talk
That's
about
it right
stuff.
there, dude.
But go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's
What's,
her.
what's it called?
It's
That's
basically,
her, dude.
I think it's called I Survived, and it's basically
At
just
17
this.
years old, man, 17 years old. The picture of her, when the first picture that they took of her, dude, she was stupid young.
Yeah, like it's just a TV series that's based on these kinds of situations where, people survived crazy stuff. Like there was
Really?
one where these guys, they were in a plane wreck and they crashed the plane, and it's like a bunch of young guys, and it's crazy because they're all talking and telling the story from their perspective, and then they're like, oh yeah, and then we look over and Jimmy's head was cut off, and
Yeah.
like they just are going through these crazy stories about. There are people who survived home invasions where they were like tortured, and then they just lived to tell the story about it. It's a wild
Dang.
show, man, but that's insane though, dude. The Amazon. So, look
Yeah,
up
in
what
all
the movie is,
places
man. Look
the
up what movie
crash.
is.
And in all places to crash, you got to crash in the most hostile, like
Yeah,
malaria
no joke, man.
infested,
Where
like
everything could kill you.
everything, every insect, every plant, even the plants. I decided to rest up against this tree, and the next thing you know, like the tree is like consuming my flesh or something.
I think that's it. Miracles still happen. Yeah, exactly.
That was like an old.
Oh,
thing.
1971. That's when it happened. I remember in the 70s or something. Yeah, it was a crazy story, man. I mean, me and my wife, we had to like replay it because we were just astonished. Like a 17-year-old. But you gotta, her body's probably way more elastic and available to, suffer catastrophic injury and stuff like that. And miracles still happen. That was the movie that they made out of it
This was
right
made
there.
made in '74.
Yeah, made in 1974. So it happened early.
In West Germany. So
Yeah.
is she from Germany?
Oh, I have no idea, dude.
Well, they picked up the movie.
It
for
said
her.
USA, and it was made in English. So they may have made it in
Yeah.
Germany, but it was in English.
Nice.
That's her, man. She made it, dude. She's an old
Yeah,
cat
she's-
right
Imagine
now.
if they pull that up and then you're like, Julianne? Oh, dude, she runs our front office. Where?
Yeah.
What?
I
Like
know
she's just
her.
some regular old lady now.
Yeah.
Like what?
I mean, honestly, I bet all those guys in that show I Survived are just regular.
Oh, they
everyday
all are,
people
dude.
now.
They all are regular.
Yeah.
They were regular people even then.
Right.
She at least had a major motion picture, so she probably was semi-famous for a little bit.
Yeah.
But now, decades later,
Famous
nobody
from
knows
April
who
of
she is.
'74
Yeah,
to
she
July
got
of
a little money
'74.
coming out of it.
And that money's
No big
washed
deal.
up.
No royalties.
She
Yeah.
used it all on her garden.
It's all in that pearl necnecklace that she's wearing in that
she
photo
holds
right
onto
there.
That necklace.
Get outta here.
That's all she has from it.
So we're gonna stay on the topic of surviving, or I'm gonna go actually a little bit further and go into death.
No, you won't.
I'm gonna ask
Okay.
you a
Do
question
it.
here.
All right, things are about to get serious.
So, just gonna get some information from it. So, if you're on death row, what would you say your final meal would be?
Oh, okay. That's not too dark.
No. I wasn't going dark with it by any means.
Does it have to be food, or can you elaborate?
I think it has to be food.
I think it has to be food. I think that's what they
Like,
they
or
you
want
get like a final
shot
meal.
of whiskey or something?
Steak, baby. Steak.
I mean, that's the question.
I want a hardcore coal grilled, straight on the coal, cowboy steak.
Alcohol
want
and
a
tobacco is
medium.
usually, but not always, denied. By the way,
Do what?
I said alcohol and tobacco are usually, but not always, denied.
Oh, I don't care about
No,
alcohol.
I was just kind of answering him.
I
saying-
want a cowboy steak literally grilled on
Yeah.
raw coal, and I want it medium. And then asparagus, garlic butter, onion.
I love how he
just all that
already
stuff.
like.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
I would like, probably because I want to warm my last warm meal, I want like a loaded baked potato with it. And then I'd probably go with a probably a 54-year-old Scotch to
okay.
wash it down, if acceptable. If not, water.
It usually says here that the food for your last meal must be purchased locally and cost is limited up to $40 standardly, which seems weird to me that there's a limit on what you can.
I mean,
In Oklahoma, the cost is
weird that
limited to $25.
dang,
Damn,
Oklahoma does people
Oklahoma.
wrong.
You're doing us
They're like,
dirty.
we'll go to Allsup's and get you some burritos.
Dude, like, you want some
Whatever
frozen
the Allsup's
burritos?
case
No,
you have.
you get one of those pizza pockets.
Yeah.
Hey, there's this street taco stand right across the street. They're
Oh, but
like
it also
$1
says
a piece.
it also says in Louisiana the prison warden traditionally joins the prisoner for their last meal.
Gosh,
How
that would be
weird would
interesting.
that be?
That would be
It says
interesting.
lobster meal. Lobster meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Paid.
You have $40 to spend.
Oh, it says sometimes they prefer to request it with another inmate.
Yeah, I was gonna. So this is where my mind went all over the place with this question. At first, I was thinking crab legs because man, crab legs.
Because you love crab.
I love
legs,
crab,
dude.
and then you can make them last a while. But then I'm thinking that's depressing. Like you're knowing that this is your last meal and you're eating it for so long. So I was like, I think I would not want no meal and just go with some liquor.
Yeah,
like
but
let me try to just wash away my sorrows.
have you ever seen those documentaries on like people on death row?
Yeah.
Most of those guys are like they're ready to go out anyway.
But then my third one was like, wait, you can bring somebody? Actually, I think I would want to hook a homie up and be like, yeah, I'll pick somebody and I'll have whatever he wants to eat.
okay.
All right,
So
did
that's
you
probably the one I
so
would
hook
go
up
with.
your-
yeah, like
your
you
boy
can enjoy a
Steve
meal
or-
with your boy. Man, see you on the other side.
Did
Yeah.
you read the last sentence in September 2011? The Texas state abolished a special last meal request for condemned prisoners
Good.
because the last meal was large and expensive, and he did not eat any of it because he was not hungry. So they
So he's like,
abolished it.
spend like $800 on a meal. He's like, nah, I'm not even gonna eat it. I just
Yeah,
want to
that's
see
what I'm
you
saying.
guys spend the money.
They don't need some fancy last meal.
Well,
It's like
no.
you ate earlier today in the lunchroom, or we brought you a tray
It's
that
like-
your inmates cooked. I mean, you're on death row.
Like, you're gonna die.
Your justice is about to be served. We
Yeah.
don't need to try to give you one last good thing. It's
Yeah, I find it weird that
I
that
think
it's
it's
even a
weird,
thing.
too.
I don't know, man.
But it's
I
crazy.
say, man, give him $50. Give him 50.
give him $50.
Give him a smooth 50, bro.
But then I thought
Like,
about that too.
Give him a smooth 50.
But then that's like if you can hang out with him, maybe that would be good to be like, man, I want to talk to this guy, see what it's like for someone who knows they're about to die.
yeah, that'd
Like,
be kind
what's
of
in their
cool.
brain, man?
That'd
what are
be
they
cool.
thinking? Let's
Right.
eat a meal with them.
Give him a smooth 50.
So my mind and emotions are all over the place.
Dude, I'm
this
like-
is the most emotional question that you've ever
Give him,
asked.
give him some corn dogs, bro.
Like,
Give some corn
like a part of
dogs.
me's like,
Give him
what?
50 corn dogs.
I agree. Where it's like, do I get something that I enjoy?
Hold the mustard.
Like, do I do my favorite meal?
Right.
Because I've heard of some of the last meals, and some of the last meals, I'm like, all right, why'd you choose that? It seems really random. But maybe it's something that's nostalgic.
Well,
like why don't
yeah.
you go back to that awesome breakfast sandwich because it reminds you of when you were free and before you were in
I
prison.
can see that.
Like maybe it's something that's
in
nostalgic.
all honesty, it's a undeserved privilege.
No, I agree.
Right.
It's an undeserved privilege, and in my opinion, I would have asked for a different right. I want to see my wife for the last time. I want to go
Yeah.
visit this mountaintop that I had so many experiences and all this sort of stuff from, or some sort of other thing other than like my last meal. Who cares? I'm gonna be dead in 2 hours. Like
Yeah, it seems weird.
I want to do some. I want to request other than that. I want to get back in behind a 400 horsepower Chevelle and do a burnout, or
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is totally plausible to
Yeah.
do for an inmate that's about to die. Just give him the keys to a Chevelle and let him have the highway. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's not gonna run or anything. It's,
Yeah, like I want to finish my sticker collection when I was
Or
a kid.
I want to catch a bass.
There you go.
I want to catch a bass
Yeah,
for the
let 'em-
last
let 'em
time
go
before I
fishing.
die. Like, that would be cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
Hey, put up 25 guards with 12 gauge shotguns right behind them and let them catch a bass.
Right.
If it takes all day, still a better day than working in the prison. You know what? You know what I mean? It's like, come on, you're fishing, bro.
When you're in death row, you don't get to do anything.
Yeah, but you're giving them too many privileges, in my opinion.
So I think when you're on death row,
true.
I think the last meal is going to be whatever they're craving. That's why it's so random, because you have the randomest cravings of things that
John
you've
Wayne
been
Gacy.
denied.
John Wayne Gacy wanted
It might be-
100 fried shrimp, a bucket of KFC,
Fried shrimp, though, man, that's good.
a dozen, so 12. He's like a dozen fried shrimp, a bucket of KFC,
Yep.
French fries, a pound of strawberries, and a bottle of Diet Coke.
I
Yeah.
like this one.
Oh, you got a
Lobster
list.
tail, steak, apple pie, vanilla ice cream, and a 7-Up. He also requested to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy while he ate his meal.
Hey, that's nice.
Another one said is declined
Firing
a special
squad.
meal and requested a regular prison meal, a grilled hamburger, a hot dog, white beans, coleslaw, and great beverage.
That's crazy. They're still doing. Oh, that's the 70s though. The firing squads. Yeah, I don't. When did they quit the firing squad? There's one 2010.
They just opened
Where?
the firing
in
squad back
Utah,
up.
right in the middle. Ronnie Lee Gardner, the lobster tail steak apple pie.
So
That one.
they just opened this back up in a state. I just heard about this.
Oh,
Firing
Louisiana, huh?
I'm not sure where it's at now. Because they just opened this back up, and it was like
Oh, that's
there's
the
like
lobster
3
tail
people
one.
shoot or something.
I guess the real question is, which one of these would you choose if you could choose your execution?
Huh. One guy asked for butter, beans, mashed potato, onions, tomatoes, biscuit, and a chocolate cake.
Like some of these are so random.
I think I would probably choose the firing squad. That lethal injection, man, is
That
scary.
sounds painful.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Electrocution, gas chamber, lethal injection.
The electrocution is scary. Gas chamber, man.
Yeah, forget about some of that.
Yeah, it's like maybe if you just while I'm asleep, you let some carbon monoxide in my room. The silent killer. You know what I mean? Just let me
crazy,
go unexpectedly. Like my request would be this week, surprise me with a death when I'm
Yeah,
not
you can see
expecting
the
it.
more and more they go through, it's just lethal injection.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
that's
because I think that's
do.
what they used to do, like for the longest time. They just, like I said, they just opened another state, just did the firing squad. Because I just heard about it.
One dude wanted red rice, beans, roasted pork.
I had red rice and beans last night and for lunch today.
Hey, bro, you know what you
It's
need
the
next?
truth. What?
Good old firing squad.
The only thing that finished that meal off is a firing squad.
You know what you need. You don't need a nap. Come on, bro.
You're right. You did.
A flask of Jack Daniels shared with the prison superintendent.
There you
Oh,
go.
really?
Drinking on the job, I see.
Yeah, so it is
Back in
bizarre some of
Florida.
the stuff that they would come out with. Here you go. Antacid medicine, a cigarette, and pizza with everything on it.
Yeah, he's like, man, I'm going to get heartburn before I die. I don't want to die with heartburn.
Dude, he was planning on smashing that pizza, but he wanted to be prepared.
Yeah, he wanted it, dude. he knew what he was getting into.
Yes.
He's like,
And
I know I murdered 3 people, but I know I'm about to get
Larry,
heartburn.
here's yours right here.
That Alaskan king crab.
Yeah.
Yep. I just don't need the butter. I think that's unnecessary.
Pork fried rice.
What? There's just such random stuff.
It is. I'm just looking through here. Salisbury steak,
Hey, I like a good Salisbury
baked
steak,
chicken, grilled liver.
man. What?
Grilled but again, it's like, what are you craving? Oh man, I haven't had grilled
2
liver.
pounds of bacon, a large 4-meat pizza, 4 fried
What?
chicken breasts, 2 drinks of Mountain Dew, Pepsi, root beer, and sweet
No
tea,
way.
2 pints of ice cream, 5 chicken fried steaks, 2 hamburgers with bacon, French fries, and a dozen garlic bread sticks with marinara on the side.
He was hoping to kill
No.
himself before the lethal
Bro.
injection.
No, that dude
Bro.
that didn't eat the meal.
Is it?
I'm not sure. I'm just guessing it's
No, what he was
massive
trying to do
meal.
is he was trying to boost up his system ready for the lethal injection. He's like,
Okay.
maybe if I override my system, the lethal injection won't work.
All right, here we
Ooh,
go.
read
Here
this
we
guy
go.
right
Here we go.
here,
Here we
this-
go.
this
Here we
Philip
go.
dude.
Declined a special meal for himself, but asked for a large vegetarian pizza to be given to a homeless person in Nashville, Tennessee. This request was denied by the prison, but carried out by others in the country.
Across.
Oh, 1 honey bun. 1 honey bun right now, right under
That's
it,
what I'm
dude.
saying. Just something. Keep it short, sweet, get to the point. Let's get that honey bun. Let's get it going.
I don't know why some of these are making me laugh so hard.
Dude.
Okay, here's one. Denied a special meal, but had a hamburger and a snack food from the prison's cafeteria. Later, she drank a cup of coffee.
What? That's so
She
random.
wanted a cup of coffee before she died.
Pickled ham hocks?
Man.
What?
Two
Yeah.
cheeseburgers and chocolate pudding, please.
Yeah. I just want chocolate pudding.
Yeah, so
Joe, where did you even find this?
Yeah, well, I didn't even know this. This is Wikipedia.
last meal on
Last
the Wikipedia.
meal Wikipedia page.
I'm looking in the United States.
My goodness.
Other countries, who knows what they'll be eating?
Other countries, I mean, they would do some bizarre stuff, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look at it and I go, last meal, whatever's available, I guess. I wouldn't look too deep into it because it's gonna be my last meal. Do I want to
Yeah.
savor it? Probably not. Just give me a burger,
Right.
like whatever. I'm gonna die.
Whatever.
Like it's gonna be all salty with tears anyway, right? I'm gonna cry over it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Superior Bathhouse. If you go to Hot Springs, you need to check this place out.
It's interesting.
The place is awesome. The food is phenomenal, and the beer is great. So check out Superior Bathhouse if you're in Hot Springs. Yeah, it's
Or is every like vibe the 70s shorts, basketball shorts vibe that I'm getting from this label right here?
I wouldn't
It's like-
say that.
Clyde the Glide Drexter wore these shorts.
Glide the glide.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, it's a
Is that a
bathhouse
porn name?
is what it's called, or
Okay.
is what it's an old house that they renovated, I should say.
That's pretty legit.
They have all these like little mailboxes things. I don't know. I mean, the place was nice.
Cool.
I didn't get like a 70s vibe out of it.
Okay, yeah, this is totally not matching up with the label here.
Yeah,
This
maybe
is
they
not-
just did that label just for that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Not at all. I like that green though. That's cool.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
it's got. Wait, those are like old school. What are those green boxes? Like old mailboxes?
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's literally what he just said.
So like maybe this was
I wasn't listening.
Literally what he
maybe
said.
you get a hotel room
Yeah, those old
and
school
you
hotel rooms.
bathe. And then you
Oh.
get it done bathing. I mean, this is obviously they don't use those anymore. It's
So
out
do
of
they like
commission.
keep? So at a bathhouse, they like keep your wallet and your keys in there.
Sure,
No,
I don't know.
Guys.
I've never been to a bathhouse.
So, I'm going to inform you something real quick. All those things right there were for personal mail for attendants that are
Right.
guests that are in there.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're
that's
So
what
they
I
would
thought.
just,
Mail.
if they had mail when they were walking out of the room, they'd be like, "Oh, hold on, I have something for you."
But it's
Okay.
a bathhouse.
I mean, you're in there. I mean, you're not there all day.
It wasn't always about.
stay a day.
Maybe it was always about the house.
Oh,
I mean,
all
it
right.
was until
I don't
recently.
know.
So,
Hey,
But you're right.
mystery.
That's
Joe,
like mail stuff.
Joe, did you bring home one of those pretzels and cheese up there?
I did
Dude.
not.
Oh, well, shame on you.
I did have their
If
beer
he
cheese.
brought that home, it wouldn't be as good as it is right then. You got to eat a pretzel hot.
Yeah, but you know, every
and Hot
one of
Springs is
us
only
would
4
have
hours
taken
away.
a bite. Every
Oh,
one
dude,
of
I'd
us
eat
would
that.
have.
I'd eat that right now, even if it was stiff.
Yeah.
If it was in your lunchbox with
You
that
just-
old it was with the fruit roll up. It was in there with that 2-week-old fruit roll up.
Even if
I'd
it
eat
was
that.
in there, bro.
I would.
We'd have drank the beer, ate the fruit
I'm
roll
glad
up,
they didn't
and that.
they didn't go cheap on the cheese. You know how places they try to sell you a pretzel and act like the cheese is something extra?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
no.
just
I feel
that
like the
canned
cheese should
cheese.
or they give you the can and then they're like, don't even open it. They're right here. I feel like if you're gonna get a pretzel, you need to get some gourmet cheese with it,
Yeah, and it comes with. They make their own beer cheese.
and not mustard. Who dips pretzels in mustard?
I mean, I'll do it if that's what is available,
No.
but I prefer cheese
I
all
like
day.
that big sea salt they put on
Me too.
it.
It's like you just want a pretzel.
Pretzel, but then some cheese.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Can you pause this and go get us a pretzel?
Dude, the place was
Right.
nice. Not getting a
okay.
pretzel, maybe afterwards, but
Okay, cool.
place was nice. Food, like I said, was
Hey,
amazing.
did they really have taps located on that
That's
overhead?
I've seen
exactly
those.
what it looks like right there.
I've
That's,
seen
that's,
those
that's the
before.
tap room.
That's awesome.
I've seen that at an airport before,
That's cool.
at like airport bars.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
that is the tap room. Because while I was there, I mean, you know,
I've seen them where they come through the ceiling like that. I've also seen it where it's inverse and it comes out of the bar,
yeah,
and it's that same pipe that comes out on one side, goes across, goes to the other side.
right.
It's pretty legit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The place is nice. So
Oh,
go
that
there,
does look cool.
stop by,
Yeah.
get a beer,
Yeah.
check out the other bathhouses, I guess, if you want to be real weird about it. But yeah, man, Kev, I enjoyed you coming on. Thanks for gracing us with your presence. And everybody else, make sure to go online to Instagram and Untappd and follow us at _Dudes and Brews. But we're out of here.
Later.
Peace.
Merchandise available, and this stuff is amazing. We've got a few awesome designs. We even have all new pint glasses and stickers. You know you want one of those glasses. I mean, you already drink a beer while watching the show anyway, so you might as well support the show and put your beer in one of our glasses. The link is in the description, so hit that link and pick up something from us today. Make sure that you use the code DUDES10 at checkout to receive 10% off your order. Again, that's DUDES, D-U-D-E-S 10, the number 10, 10, at checkout to receive 10% off of your order. We appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Dudes and Brews. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever platform you're on, we're on there. We have a YouTube channel, Dudes and Brews. We would love if you would subscribe there as well. If you are subscribed and you want to help us out just a little more, unsubscribe and resubscribe again. It sounds funny and stupid and kind of obnoxious, all of the subscribing and resubscribing and stuff, but it helps in these little algorithms games for like climbing the charts, because again, we are organic and we are where we are because of you guys.
Yeah, we really do appreciate your support. Shout us out. We really do love it when you guys interact with us, when you add us, mention us, put us on your stories, tag us, all that fun stuff, all the stuff the kids are doing. We like grabbing that stuff and we put it up for you guys. So we appreciate you so much. Keep having fun, drinking them brews, hanging with them dudes. Tune in next week for another episode of Dudes and Brews.